It's another Saturday. Thanks for staying tuned to your station, the AfricaTelevision Television, and welcome to your program, Security Watch Africa. On this channel, we'll bring you information you need to live safe and secure. We'll go every length to bring you that information you need. Today is another exciting edition of this program. Welcome to the program. My name still remains Patrick Abambu. On this program today, we will be going to Abia State in the southeast of Nigeria to show you what the police, to hear from the Commissioner of Police, Habila Joshak, a man that is known for cracking serious crime, and to hear from him what him and his men have been doing in making sure that that commercial state, that state that is known for business, is well secured. Security Watch Africa, we're there, and in fact, contrary to what people are saying or talking about, Abia is safe. So we'll be bringing you that interview with the Commissioner of Police of Abia State. Then we will be showing you our meeting with the Commandant General of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, a man that has come to make sure that the civil defense is taken to the heights that people will be envious of. He had come with the purpose of changing things and making sure that all our critical infrastructures are well protected. I'm talking about the Commandant General, Ghana Abdullahi. We'll be talking with him, and you will hear him. But that is after this. I want to tell you that in this fight against insurgency and terrorism, what we need, what the government and the people of Nigeria need is credible intelligence. In the recent media chats with Mr. President, he talked about not having credible intelligence concerning the whereabouts of the adopted Chibok girls. But there is a book I want to introduce to you today. This book is titled Interagency Intelligence Gathering and Sharing for Effective Crime Control. This book is a book that everybody who is charged with the responsibility to gather intelligence and to interface with other agencies must read. In fact, we must recommend it for all the intelligence schools and agencies. It's a must. It's written by a man that has been tried and tested, Deputy Commissioner of Police Chibike Innocent Okanonife. Okanonife has been in the intelligence section of the Nigerian police for so many years, and he wrote this book from his experiences and from what he has gathered in the field. And hear people say, I went through this book. I tell you that it's a must have and a must read for all those that are in charge in gathering intelligence to secure Nigeria. We'll have a lot of people who have recommended this book, who have read through it and talked about the need for it to be used effectively. And we're calling on all the agencies to make sure that this book is a must-have. Yeah, from the comment we had throughout the week, we want to call the attention of the Nigerian police authorities to some states that seems not to be falling in line with the change mantra of proper security for the people of the country in Nigeria. Reports we had from Kogi State, it's like the police in that state still have not been able to fall in line to provide proper policing for the people of the state. We would like to call on the Commissioner of Police and the Inspector General of Police to do something quickly about that. The roads are left porous and the criminals are taking over the roads. We also would like to call on the Commissioner and the Inspector General of Police to look critically in what is happening in Rivers State Police Command. It seems that the police officers there have actually left their job to these militants to take over. We've heard of several killings and adoption of so many people. Delta State is also a state that has to be looked into. As we talk about those states that are doing so well, we must also talk about those states that need to be critically checked so that we will have proper security in the country. We must commend some states that have upped the ante in their policing. Maybe with the provision from the state government supporting the police in Lagos State. Lagos State have improved better than it used to be before. We'll ask them to do more than they are doing. We've heard from states like Kaduna that are doing excellently well. We must commend the police officers and the Commissioner of Police in that state for what they are doing. We must also commend the police in Akwa Ibom State, the Commissioner of Police and his men for what they are doing. We must commend the police in Federal Capital Territory and the Commissioner of Police for what they are doing. Those who are not doing well, we must tell them so that they can do better. Nigeria expects the best from our law enforcement agencies. Here, we must also commend the officers and men of the Nigerian military. They are doing so well in the Northeast in making sure that these insurgents do not have their way. We must say kudos to them. Just in 1 week, so many, close to about 3,000 adopted, or should I say, yes, adopted innocent Nigerians that were in the hands of the insurgents were freed and released by the Nigerian military. In a fight with the insurgents, so many of these militants were killed. And we must say, keep up the good work. And now that the police is ready, the Zone 12 Police Command, they are ready to go in and provide proper policing to those areas that have been reclaimed. We must wish the police in Zone 12 well in what they're doing. Security Watch Africa will be in that zone in the states of Borno State, Yobe State, and Bauchi State to be able to capture what is being done and what people expect the police to do. So we'll bring you that report in subsequent edition of this program on what the police is doing in Zone 12 and other zones that are in the Northeast, Zone 3 also of the Nigerian police. But like I said in the beginning, let us bring you the interview we had with the Commissioner of Police, Abia State Police Command, CP Habila Joshak.
We've been supported by several other factors. Number one, the Inspector General of Police that positioned us here is always in touch and also sending in tips and the way forward, particularly in his analysis of crime mapping, crime situation, crime statistics, and crime analysis. He has every week we have an input from the office of the intelligence arm of the Nigerian police at the force headquarters. That also has put us on our feet and has given us a lot of tips as to what to do in certain crimes control. Here also, because we've been prepared, we do what we call crime mapping of the general area. And in crime mapping, we isolate areas that have distinct crime. Virtually, it is not all the areas that you have from the child stealing and child trafficking. It is not in all situations that you have from what we call kidnapping. And so there are some that are prevalent in some other areas. So what we've done is to ensure that we crime map the entire state, identify challenges in terms of crime and criminality, at what time and where, and we've been able to do that. We now deploy physically, and in deployment we do what we call visibility policing, that everybody is a patrolman, and that every other assets, ranging from vehicles that are customized in police color and the ones that are not customized, are sent out within that time of challenge. For example, in areas and in some local governments that have some businesses that attract the attention of people who want to earn a living through committing crime, Osisioma, Abai, Eziama, Obohil. These are some of the areas where we have some companies and organizations doing business. So you tend to see people attempting to kidnap. Here you see a lot of crisscrossing and a lot of business and conveyance of goods, and people are likely also to convey money that have not been put in, not through the bank transaction, although we don't see much of that. But we've seen a lot of people trying to be kidnapped around here, around that area, from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the evening. So from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the evening, patrol vehicles, patrolmen, DPOs and their men within this area come out and dominate the areas and do what we call snappy stop and search. Sometimes artificially create hold up when somebody has been picked. That also enable the kidnappers to drop their victim and sometimes abandon the vehicle and ease out. And so we studied the situation very well, division by division, and dominate it with whatever security process, security patrol, security action that we think will yield fruits and results. This has been the reason why we've been able to check and respond swiftly, particularly some of this crime that we've mentioned, like kidnapping, like child stealing and trafficking, once in a while car snatching, once in a while you also see issues of people being murdered in the farm. Once in a while you also see a few of the students going for initiation in the bush, the ones that are close to higher institutions, you see them. Those are some of the crimes that are prevalent in this state. Kidnapping is a little bit visible in the southeast. In Abia State, we've been able to reduce it to the barest minimum. Before then, you could register once a week or twice a week. Thereafter, it went in the entire state once a week. It also went down now that you spend some days and 1, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then you see one. And this kind of kidnapping here are not the classical kind of it. These are RNG. It's a result of fallout from business transaction, disagreement in business and disagreement by families, or should change. I would say some transactions that have not been tidy, and one group or one side or one section or one person out of it felt cheated and want to vent his anger and take a pound of flesh from his business or his co-partner, and in doing that they try to kidnap. And so you can see a kind of kidnap that is an RNG, a kidnap that represents someone who is trying to voice his anger and demonstrate to the other party that is not happy. And when it happened, yes, they are quickly released due to some intense pressure. We have in one of the organizations a robust tracking devices, apart from the one that we could solicit the assistance of those that have the control of these devices that tracked. We have, and in doing that, we get very close to where and which group, because we have array of data from those who make calls, to demand for ransom. When you store those information, you also get to know which group. And so once it happened, there's always a possibility within 1-2 days of rescue. And if it cannot be possible due to terrain or due to good information or lack of network.
Welcome back. That was the Commissioner of Police in charge of Abia State, Abila Joshak. This is a man that he's been prepared for this job before he went there, and you can hear, and that is true. The way police have been able to police, man, and handle security situation in Abia State is quite commendable. It's something that other commands must emulate. We must commend him and his men for doing a yeoman's job there. And like he said, giving credit to the ideas and policies of the Inspector General of Police over there. I said earlier that those who are not doing well, we will say it. Those who are doing well, we must commend them for others to emulate. Yeah, we're getting feedback from some of our viewers here. One Ebo John, he's asking. He said, "How can I get the book written by the policeman on intelligence?" Yes, you can contact us. We can send information to you through this medium, so that you can reach him and get the book for you quickly. And I understand it's also in most of the bookshops. So you can ask of the book, again, like I said, interagency intelligence gathering and sharing for effective crime control. So you can get it from the bookstores. Yeah, we'll go to our interview with the man who has come to make sure that the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps do better than it has been doing in the past. And he has a passion for this job, and he's been putting his men on the line to making sure that they do the job as it's prescribed, and making sure that their core mandates and other accessory mandates are well carried out. So join us as we bring you the interview with CG NSCDC.
Like I always see, protection of critical infrastructure and national assets is the core mandate of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, and we've been doing our best in this field. It's not only limited to oil pipelines. When we talk of critical infrastructure, you limit yourself to oil lines only. Critical infrastructure involves the oil pipelines, the power lines, communication cables, even the bridges, the railways. So, and we've been trying our best to see that we justify the confidence reposed in us by the government. I'll be happy to tell you that within a very short time, just within some 3-4 months, in even one state only, in River State, we've had about 20 convictions. We've had almost 80 arrests from November, December to January. Had about 80 arrests. We'll be able to charge about 46 of them to court, and we've had 20 convictions in River State alone. So I think we'll be doing our best in this field. And late last year, because of the vandalization has taken a new phase in Nigeria, so I set up a federal task force consisting of ACG, which is in charge with about 3 commandants, and they've been going around now supervising our men in the field. I think this has really contributed to the success we've recorded so far within the last 3 months. And I'm assuring you that we're going to do better this year, thanks to the federal government, because the federal government has encouraged us by granting almost all our requests. Equipment, because the request has been equipment, lack of enough manpower, and we made our request known to the government, and they promised to make sure that the equipments are on ground very soon. So I'm showing you that I'm going to record more success in the in the field of anti-vandalization very soon. Like I said the last time, I got an interview with one of the newspapers. We don't have enough manpower to cover all these oil pipelines. And our intelligence team immediately that pipeline was tampered with. They called our state offices, and our men rushed there. And even if you look at the pictures recently sent out, you find that among the security agents we have, the presence of civil defense is felt more there up till now. And I've been having reports from that field almost every hour. Even the last 1 hour, the man in charge there called me and briefed me on what's happening. And I don't want to. What happened there, though it's still under investigation. What happened there will soon be known to the government. I don't want to say much about it here because it's in the. Well, you see, I think Nigerians need to be educated, and I think the press should play a very relevant role in educating the populace and Nigerians. That if you talk about the mandate, we have core mandates, and one of our mandates is protection of lives and properties. And if we are doing that, second mandate also that's not well spread out is disaster management. So you see, controlling the price of that product is one of our mandates. It may not be the core mandate, but it's one of our mandates. And I'm happy that the NNPC in some states have now realized that working hand in hand with the core will move the country forward. And in the few states that we've been in the task force to ensure that we abide by the prices, I think the core has done its best. And you now find out that if you go to the states, you find that the products are sold at the government approved prices. The issue of recruitment and replacement, for now, we are not recruiting and we are not replacing. But what actually happened was that when I came on board, I requested we have regular staff and we have volunteers. Some of these volunteers are guys, your brothers, my brothers, your sisters and my sisters. But because they don't have anything doing, they volunteered to come and work with us for a stipend. So all I did then was, let's have a census of these volunteers. If approval is being given by the government, let's see what we can do for them. And I wanted to send them for training, so that they will know more about the job. That's all. And I requested the states to bring a list of 10 tents that will train. And the news just went all over. Civil defense is replacing, civil defense is recruiting. I want to seize this opportunity to tell you that if we are recruiting, we'll follow the due process, we'll advertise, and if you are qualified, we'll apply. And if you want to be a volunteer, a patriot, please come and join us as a volunteer. I'm happy that election itself is civil, so we're invited with the police, with the military, and we make sure that there was a successful election. We have 3 stages. Before the election, plan for election. What do we do to make sure that it is a success? And during the election, to make sure that there's peace almost everywhere. And after election, post-election. And I'm happy to say that we've done our best and we deserve kudos from the government or from the people of Nigeria.
Yes, that is saying it the way it is. Deserve kudos from the government. And indeed, the Nigeria Secretary of Civil Defense Corps did well in discharging their responsibility. And like he said, there is no recruitment going on in NSCDC as at now. So please, those who have been falling victims to fraudsters and scammers, please desist from that. Don't listen to anybody or any advert on the internet or anywhere. This is the man who should know, and he has said it the way it is. We are getting signal, we must leave. Though we have a comment from one of our viewers. He says an ardent viewer and he's been watching this, and the program is very informative. So we may not be able to go through what you're saying, but it's all kudos. You are commending what we're doing. We want to do more. with your support. Well, as we expect your support so that this program can do better than it's doing, we must say be security conscious, join the security awareness campaign, and be watchful of the environment. Until we come your way again next week, we must say bye for now.